Sanbonani, Usipho Tole, and I'm back with another video. So today we're gonna be reviewing a movie from the 2000s before the 2010s. So this is a South African movie who's acted by our star, which is Rapulani Sipemo, and amongst our other stars, you know. So this movie will give you a clear perspective of the relationship between the Nigerians and the South African in South Africa, Johannesburg. This movie was made way before they would even talk about the xenophobic attacks and all these things. This movie was before you people could even ever tell us about xenophobia. This movie. So this is the day we end this discussion. If you are in my channel, let's end this discussion between the Nigerians and South African. If you're from Nigeria, it's time for you to learn, of what really transpired to today's outrage. I'm not promoting the rage that's happening, and I'm glad our South African are not attacking anyone. Our police, law enforcement are doing the job. They are making sure our country is safe. Nobody attacks anybody. Even they insult us, they talk. So I want to make this video the last thing where we talk about xenophobia in this channel, because I hate talking about xenophobia. So if you are Nigerian, Ghanaian, American, if you think South African are xenophobic, this is the day you should watch this movie. It was a South African movie that happened in 2008, 7, somewhere in those. I don't remember. I was a little bit younger, but I remember every detail. That's why I remember it, so I can watch with you guys. So we're gonna be fast forwarding the movie in parts where it's not necessary. I'll only show the parts that's mostly important. You're gonna go watch the movie yourself. So let's get it.
I had two heroes, Karl Marx and Al Capone. Al Capone said, if you're going to steal, steal big, and hope like hell you get away with it. And Karl Marx said, all property is theft. I think they'd both be proud of me.
Lucky Kunene, you're under arrest for murder. Take him away.
Police and soldiers took part in a major raid in Hillbrow today. All the buildings targeted have been taken over by criminal gangs. Police confiscated 591 illegal firearms and 2,714 rounds of ammunition. Large quantities of drugs were seized, including 8 kilograms of cocaine, 62 kilograms of heroin, in addition to ecstasy, mandrax, and methamphetamine. Police made 93 arrests for serious offences, including murder, rape and armed robbery. Among those detained was notorious Hillbrow crime boss and slumlord Lucky Kunene, also known as the hoodlum of Hillbrow.
So did you see that the raids, it's not something new in South Africa? The raids are not new. What you see that's happening in South Africa, it's been happening, you know. So don't get it twisted. If you didn't know our history, it's time for you, for us to peel back.
This time, I think you should tell me the truth.
What do you want?
The real story. Take me back to the beginning.
The beginning. Soweto. 1994. Freedom. The new South Africa. A new dawn. A new day. A fresh start. A clean page. A new beginning. And I had dreams. The trains were the circulatory system of the black urban economy. My best friend Zakes and I were sucking that blood, selling peanuts for peanuts. However, free enterprise was never encouraged.
The sweet smell of success.
So they say South Africans are lazy. That's how it used to be. They say we were lazy. We used to sell. Our people were the ones selling in trains, selling in everywhere. Until these people came with counterfeits at a lower price. That's where they took us out. Now you will understand. This is a movie back in 2000s. Back in the early 2000s. After apartheid was abolished.
Go. Yabona mina mfethu ngisifunela i7 series yabona iPM baba nedlalela nice la eThekwini ngabona ibeach house baba yeah thatha amashansi wena manje frustani ukuthi kumele kubambile uthi kuqala ukuthole guidance
Hey, Lucky.
yo Nomsa man
Yes. Yazi bengithi ngikutshele bangithathile Joburg Tech.
oh
Ngizobe ngenza computer sciences. So wena bathini ngawe vethi?
hayi abangiphendula
Kanjani ukuthi abakakutsheli manje?
ola Paul
Wena?
okay
Bengicela ungishayele around campus yazi?
sharp
Sha.
Inswemu vandaag. Spanikanga. Maar ik weet waar ik la montana bahle bona makhot mana sleg so.
Lucky, utlaka lengolo la hao la birth lena.
It is our sincere pleasure to offer you a place at our School of Business Studies. Mphethe ngingenile ba. Asangitholanga ibhazari.
Kusho ukuthini lo?
Kusho ukuthi kumele ngisihafela amafisi wami.
So that's another part. That's where most of South African were set their mind on, like on being admitted to school, like going to Vets University. You know, some get admitted, but they wouldn't be like the other, like the guy. He's saying they admitted, like he is admitted in the varsity, but he has to pay. He has to pay for intuition. He has to pay for residential, for transportation, for food, for textbook, for electronics. Did you see his house? Okay, let's continue. Where this guy comes from?
Baba, siyabonga nomncane osipha kona. Amen.
Hello, wazi kusihlala hlala. Wangakubi.
Ayithola wena. Mama.
Ngiyabonga.
Did you saw that? How can that person eating one slice at night afford intuitions of 12,000 per year, 15,000 per year? I know this because of we used to go through this with my family, me and my brothers.
Upload me bro. Look to the man about this fine.
Just don't smoke. Don't make a chance.
What's up?
Para ngihlukanisa nenyuki yakho manje.
Ebachita ngama. Sazi. Comrade Nazareth kanto usithusile man.
No wonder. Once it's chicken, always a chicken. Ah! Wena uchuna lentwana ke. Yes.
Ngeke man.
Next man. Leave us alone. Lakuthi bazophaisa. You watch it, bro.
So mtshela. Kumina nina hlathini wena gorilla.
Yeah, it's not gorilla. It's guerrilla. Understand? Guerrilla. And I train in Moscow, not in the bush. You Bene plus.
Moscow, ne? So kunjani la Moscow?
It's cold as hell, bro.
How? So do you speak Russian?
No, man. The only Russian I embraced is an AK-47.
Cock. The only Russian he embraced is vodka.
Yeah, wait. Chance, out of Russia.
So Brakai, you eventually decided to join the terrorists because you saw you couldn't catch them, huh?
No, Melite. Police work pays chicken shit. So I've gone into private enterprise.
Oh, and what sort of enterprise is that?
We're in the procurement industry.
I'm going to comrade Gensalo. Yeah, hijack.
As hijack is a dirty word. It's called affirmative repossession.
Ah, but come on, man. Ish, we didn't fight the struggle so that we could become criminals.
And I didn't fight apartheid to be poor either. I may be a communist, but I believe that God helps those who help themselves.
And God help us if we don't.
Nazareth. He was a...
So, did you saw that guy, Nazareth? He was the guy. If you listen to my previous video, I told you we had people from exile country who were comrade from MK. When they came back into South Africa, they were not embraced. They fight for this country. They went to Russia. Like he said, he went to Russia to learn how to use AK, how to assemble and reassemble the AK, how to do anything. That's a soldier thing. So, but he wasn't embraced. He was poor. So he started doing heists and bad stuff. So he's saying he's not a gangster. He's doing affirmative repossession. So, yeah. I've said it in my previous video.
He left in the 80s to join the armed struggle. When he returned from exile, he had the biggest cars, the most money, and any woman he wanted.
Tswara modimo. Tla ithekela dijo.
Get up.
Good. Because every man for himself. The wealth of the nation for the rest of us.
So, yeah. That's another thing I want to point out. The role models. I grew up like that. I had a brother like this. You know, who would take somebody's bicycle and bring it home and say, "It's yours, boy. I bought you something nice." You know, he was feared. He is feared like amongst people in the community. So people in the community used to look up to him. So another thing we had a problem, it's that our brothers, when they came from exile, that's why crime in South Africa, it's so organized, because of it was started by people who were from exile, people who were trained, who did it with military precision. You understand? But they didn't have connection and the money and everything, so they decided to take from white people. If you got that they only take from white people, that's why they said affirmative repossession. So they don't take from their people. That's how it started. They taking from. I have an uncle who's passed away. Rest in peace to my uncle, who was also doing this. Who was saying, "I'm taking from the whites. They took us. They took us like a lot of time doing bad things to us. So I'm taking only from them. I'll never touch a black person's thing." So that's how it happened. So let me fast forward it a little bit, so you can see he's starting at night, no lights.
Like how bad?
Do you see he's starting? There's no lights. He's using the candle. That's how we use the story they used to read at us. Me and my father used to tell me stories of how a person studied at night. You know, those fairy tale stories, so that I can be motivated to study at night, so I can strive. So for education, it was basically on that part. So let me fast forward.
Sure.
Yeah, that's good. Thank you.
Excuse me, boys. How can I help you?
How much are these?
What you can do for such a big bloomer?
When financial aid for university proved problematic, Nazareth organized us an apprenticeship. He also put us in touch with a business associate to procure the necessary supplies.
AK-47 ezamalashi ipawuni ngezishintshana ibeleta 14 kule magazine
Kayenye futhi.
uthi wena ngakwelisela nemali.
Hello?
Hey, Muku. I need a white Isuzu bucket, short wheelbase, 95 model. Get it?
Yeah, why to Suzuki Park?
Hey, Muku. Remember, I'm taking a chance on you, eh?
Yeah. Ungakhathazeki ba. Thina isibani sethu nje phangikari.
Wena anginandaba noma wenza ngensimbi leso. As long wena ukhokha imali.
So the brother got them hooked with the old friend from exile. These guns are from exile. When apartheid was abolished, these guns were on the streets again with the angry people who were not fed, who were not given opportunities after apartheid. They were left off. Only those few people who were selected to make money off it. So everything was back to the white people, no change and nothing.
Nazareth's contact started us off gently, and we figured, how hard could it be? If there were risks, if
they stole a car. Yeah, then, okay, here's another important part.
Plus, relative from there.
Ya age one.
Ke ya me. It's a mess on a little color. Yeah, simple, delivered color. Yeah?
Oh, hi, Lucky. What was on your scale of
Equity.
What? And what about varsity?
Well, I guess I'll attend the University of Life.
Oh, ngiyabona ula abantu laba who like taking the easy way out.
It's in the way I understand.
Then why don't you make me understand?
Angel, funda na. Hey. Izinto zabantu abadala lethala.
Okay, like shout. Bye.
Uzalang tireng asibar.
Utichine nire junta. Real mastermind. Meletis, I have a job for you.
Okay, let's take it to Johannesburg, a relationship. So in this part, I was showing you the come up, like on how he came up. He wanted to study, he was passionate about school, he was smart, intelligent, his friends supported him. Then he met a friend's brother from exile. After he met the friend's brother, then he started to wanted to financing his varsity intuition. Then when money came, it was easy money, easy come, easy go. He didn't started to do what he said he wanted to do. Then now he's grown, he's moved to Johannesburg. Because remember, it was in township. So it was the first generation after apartheid. So now he's grown, taking it to where? To the Johannesburg CBD. Now they're staying in Johannesburg CBD. You will see how life changes. And this movie is not only about relationships between Nigerians and South African, and including white people, on how they led to the building being hijacked and everything that happened in town. So let's continue.
Asavulani incwadi zakho. Enkunzi. Khathezi. Hayi bekaske. Jackson. Come on. Yeah. In the book. See. Fana nemoja akhumbuli. Yekilo baya liphila. Ngithabile sithi.
So this is a taxi, a minibus that we use in South Africa to ride taxi. So he was getting on taxi industry, tried to make money of his own, legit money, like he always wanted, because he always wanted to be legit. So now he's driving taxis in Johannesburg. Look, the Johannesburg CBD, it's very dirty.
Better 2 beers and cigarettes, please.
Taxi man. Asibeke Alexander Komora.
You know like.
Hlawukati.
Awabanye.
I'm sorry sometimes. I wanna go bastard. Don't fucking look at me like that, eh? You're driving a pirate taxi in our territory, man. So pull it can open to my popcorn. Head, chin, tail, bit, fast with you. Fucking hear me? Fuck off, man. Stop the fucking car, let me fix this bitch. Stop the fucking car! Fuck my dog! I'm tired of my dog.
Business talk. Other.
If you want to talk business, you talk. Otherwise, fuck off.
This is a first encounter between a Nigerian and a South African. Did you listen to the conversation? The other guy asking, do you live in this pigsty? Because they made the country to a pigsty and selling drugs. Did you see what he is doing? The first encounter with the first Nigerian, you didn't see the drugs until you saw a first Nigerian, you saw the first drug. I don't know. This movie is from early 2000s. So let's mark that. They made the place dirty. Every time we would like, do you live in this dirty place? And they would come with that stinky attitude. You talk business, talk. Otherwise, you fuck off. Did you say that interaction?
Taxi? Smile. You can go much further with a smile and a gun. But if I was going to graduate from this shithole to my beach house, it would take a gun in one hand, a briefcase in the other, and my best shit-eating queen.
Good morning. How can I help you?
Morning. My name is Lucky Kunene.
Anne-Marie van der Rensburg. So, Mr. Kuneni, what is it that you want?
I want to open a company and bank account.
I can do that for you. What assets do you have?
None. It's a non-profit organization.
You do have money, don't you?
I have 1,000 rand.
It costs 2,000 rands to register at Company's House, and you have to pay me for my time. Okay, I'll do it for you, but you have to pay me by Monday next week, otherwise my boss will kill me.
Thank you. I'll see you next week.
Do you have a name?
Yes. Lucky Kunene.
No, Mr. Kuneni. For the company, I mean.
The Hillbrow People's Housing Trust.
That's where it started. The Hillbrow People's Housing Trust. So, yeah.
Then one was pesut. Now you want my hand. Hey, Lucky. My little brother here tells me your life's been good. Why my manners? This is Comrade Fusi, Comrade Temple. Gave this light his free education.
People Housing Trust.
How's it? Meeting Saturday morning? Kimna Lucky Kunene from the Hillbrow People's Housing Trust. We are arranging a meeting.
What's it all about?
It's in your best interest.
My name is Lucky Kunene, and I represent the Hillbrow People's Housing Trust. Now, I know you're all wondering why we call this meeting. You see, I, like you, am a resident of Dan Vista Mansions. And I'm sure you're all aware of the appalling living conditions. The building has been allowed to decay while the rent has gone up. Not anymore. Starting tomorrow, things will change. From now on, your rent will be paid directly into the trust. The housing trust will in turn negotiate with the landlord and make any and all repairs deemed necessary. With immediate effect, your rent will be cut in until the situation can be re-evaluated. In the meantime, it is our intention to get rid of drugs, prostitutes, and all other unsavory elements.
Hey, asshole! Go fuck yourself.
Second encounter with the Nigerians. Let's talk about what they are talking about. Drugs and prostitution. Who started to move when they talk about drugs and prostitution? Nigerian. Hey brother, fuck off. Like time to time. This is not a stereotype. It's what's happening in South Africa. This move was early back then. Early back then.
We can't have different forces pulling in all different directions. The only way we can win is if we work together. Anyone with me? Raise your hands.
The junkies were out. The drug dealers were out. The hookahs were out. Anyone who didn't pay rent was out. Anyone gave any shit was out. This is the new South Africa. Everybody pays their way.
Fuck off. I'm busy.
So, did you saw the third Nigerian again? What was he doing? Drugs, prostitution. In Johannesburg CBD, where our people live, where our people, did you see the gun that person has? Our people don't have those guns. Our regular people. That's why they are attacked by people like them who have the bigger guns, who have bigger things. So, this is Johannesburg. Let's continue. I'm tired with the xenophobia.
Just one dance, one.
I'm a non, so you're drunk.
I don't get it. Why didn't your lawyer appeal for clemency? You had grounds.
The state lawyer on Chazorgi pleaded guilty.
I wonder if it was me. I was going to sue for wrongful imprisonment and damages. I mean, after all, you had a hero of the struggle.
Who's that? Lucas Ito. He's the lawyer I retained to represent us.
Do you think it's honest?
Not a chance. Hey, Lucas. This is Zakes Mbulelo, my partner.
So you grew up with Nazareth, eh? You must be proud of him, eh? For the sacrifice he made for this country.
Jonas, I don't need any gratitude.
Good. Because you are not going to get any.
I fought for freedom so they can go to school.
You ran to exile when things were tough. You were in jail when you started our business.
That's the price of freedom.
I thought that was the price you paid for armed robbery.
Who's doing all the fucking dirty jobs around you?
Hey, gents. Hey, Nkunzi, I don't got the yara. More beers for everyone.
That's the last of it. We are broke now.
Enjoy, gents.
Yeah, this is how the other half live. The other Miss Cross is definitely greener. Yeah, because he's got more shit on it.
Hello.
Yes, this is Mr. Kunene and Mr. Mbulelo. We are here for Mr. Santos Ribeiro.
Master, they are meant to see you. At the gate. I won't let them in.
I'm Lucky Kunene. This is my associate, Zex Mbulelo.
What do you want?
We represent the Hillbrook People's Housing Trust.
I don't give money to hawkers.
We are not hawkers, Mr. Santos Ribeiro. And we are certainly not looking for charity.
How do you know my name?
We are here to discuss Dan Vista Mansions.
Dan Vista Mansions? What do I have to discuss with you?
If you'd actually bother to visit the building, I think you'd be aware of the appalling condition it's in.
Why don't you mind your own business?
It is my business. I'm putting all of you slum landlords
How
on
slum landlord me? That building was in perfect condition till there were 20 people living in a single
You mean
flat.
20 black people?
Don't pull that race shit. I never said black people. I want to know what you're up to.
We, the Hillbrook People's Housing Trust, are collecting rent and holding it in trust until this matter is resolved to our satisfaction. Take my card. When you've decided you are willing to talk, call.
This was the new reality between blacks and whites. Like, we wanted to be like, we're not afraid of you anymore. We are not afraid of you. So we were giving those impressions. That's why the discussion between blacks and whites was always like this, was always confrontational. Because of, we still have that anger of our ancestors. Like, we're not afraid of you. I bet you try it. I wish you try it. I pray you even try it. Try to do the thing with me. I pray to God that you even try it and see what's gonna end up happening to you. So that's what was the relationship. So let's continue.
What if he goes to the police?
Lucky, this is purely a civil matter. There's no such thing as theft of fixed assets. The police can't do nothing about it. Unless the owner gets a court order, and that will take him around a year or even more.
And all the time we are collecting rent.
Hallelujah, my brother.
With his income stream dried up and no money to pay rates and utilities, as expected, Mr. Santos Ribeiro phoned to negotiate. My approach was simple. String him along.
They're not coming.
We leave him hanging and the rent rolls in.
This is the only country in the world where you have to take shit in 11 official languages.
So how does this happen?
These people,
We'll start at 100.
they come here.
Do I have 100?
They tell the residents to boycott the rent and the services. When I default on the loan, the building goes into liquidation.
81.
81,000. I've got 81,000.
They step in, they buy it for pittance.
81,000 to
Mr. Lucas Sitole, the representative of the Hillbrook People's Housing Trust.
So what can you do?
Nothing. No one will help us.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now I've lost everything.
Are you happy?
Urban renewal was desperately needed in Hillbrook, which meant for the Hillbrook People's Housing Trust, things were looking up. Once we had identified a potential building,
These are black South African mafias. You'll see how they used to run their own block of town.
Sitole had a contact at the municipality who finished us with the landlord's information. The Housing Trust would arrange a summary inspection of the premises and immediately remove pests and other vermin as necessary. During community outreach, tenants were incentivized to exercise their democratic rights, to give us their money. In cases where a landlord would defy the will of the people, a chief of conflict resolution was promptly appointed. Studies of the nature of the dispute were made, and terms that would appeal to the landlord's sensibilities were proposed. We were taking back the streets, one building after another, after another. I looked around, and what I saw was an empire. waiting to happen.
Is this Mr. Gnene?
Yes?
I'm Loretta Dlamini from the Sowetan newspaper. Is it possible to speak to you?
It's a smear campaign. I'm a legitimate businessman providing shelter for the poor and disenfranchised.
I was told you control 20 high-rise buildings in the Hillbrow and DeBert Park area.
I'm just in the business of making a better life for all.
The inhabitants of Hillbrow call you the African Robin Hood. They say you're a champion of the poor, that you take back land stolen from them by the whites.
I've done nothing illegal.
Then how did you acquire your alias, the Hoodlum of Hillbrow?
I don't know what you mean.
Have you ever used force to take over a building?
I think we've had enough violence here to last a lifetime. I operate within the limits of the law.
Then why the smear campaign?
It suits them to demonize me. Look at who they are. People who'd like to see blacks back in the townships.
Oh, what's wrong again? I will tell you and we buy lady sweet.
That is the problem with our black South African. This is our township. He doesn't fix his home. He has 18 to 20 buildings. He doesn't fix his home. Where his origin comes from, where his children or his nieces will grow up. So it's a problem to me. That's been a problem. So let's move it on.
Glamorous.
Okay. So let's
Hey, I'm not your brother.
let's take it back. Now it's where it gets.
You're going to risk your life for this white bitch.
Drive. Keep going straight. Give me the money. Stop right there. Lock the doors.
Just let me come with you.
Lock the doors. Here. My number. Over to the Come in, brother. I'm not your brother. I've come for him. You, fuck off. Go make some money. He'd better be alive. We just gave him welcome to calm him down. He's very emotional, you know. Hey, stay, smoke pipe on the house.
Yeah, again, South African and Nigerian. Hey, brother, he offers you drugs, then he say, brother. That's why we say, I'm not your brother. How can you call me brother? While you just say, fuck off, go make some money. To my sister in front of my eyes, then told me, brother. Not your brother.
You have nice houses, smart cars, fancy clothes, and you still come here. Why?
I guess when you're rich, poverty seems glamorous. It's got a certain charm.
It'd be wise to take that advice and fuck off.
We know you're behind this. If you have a problem, go to the police and lay a charge. The Hillbrook police station is just around the corner.
You know full well that the cops will tell us it's a civil case.
Then it'd be wise to take that advice and fuck off.
Nova Holdings owns this building. We have a right to speak with
The
residents.
building was abandoned. The owners moved
This
to
building
New
is
Zealand.
part of the urban regeneration scheme. Here are the papers.
I don't care.
The man asked you to leave. Now take your papers and fuck off! Tutak!
You haven't heard the last of this.
Go.
Nazareth is ruthless. He's from exile. He's a comrade. He wanna kill. You see what does he do? You see what does he do? He supports school because it was his dream, because that's what we think of when we think of like growing our youth, like school.
Okay, Inspector SWAT.
Lucky Kunene.
Who are you?
Tell me, what do you do for a living, Mr. Kunene?
I drive a taxi.
Business must be good, eh?
People need transport.
Tell me, do all your passengers pay with 100 Rand notes?
Buy yourself a cold drink. Happy Christmas. Jesus!
Hey, you leave Jesus Christ out of this. My name's Blackie Swart, and I'll be your reckoning from now on. You see, Mr. Kunene, we know who you are. We know what you do. We know where to find you. So your days are numbered, Mr. Kunene.
And how exactly did you meet him?
Mutual acquaintance. Like, he's clever.
A clever is a person who doesn't. Drugs. He's looking for trouble. I don't want to invite the cops to our party.
Lucky, I thought you wanted to expand the business. Since when are you scared of the cops? Pay them off as usual.
And how exactly did you meet him?
Mutual acquaintance. Lucky, he's clever.
A clever is a person who doesn't use drugs. A clever is a person who sells drugs to you, and drugs make you think you are the clever one. If that's clever, it's too clever for me.
Lucky, please, will you at least speak to him?
Lucky Kunene. Come, please, sit. Can I get you anything?
You wanted to speak to me.
It would seem that you and I, by default, have become the princes of Hillbrook.
And?
And our businesses coexist mostly peacefully. Putting our past different aside, what I'm proposing is a symbiotic relation.
You want me to allow you to pimp and deal from my buildings?
Brother, I prefer to see it as a free enterprise zone. We can all make serious money.
Just tell me this. Why did you come here? I mean to South Africa.
It's fine to hate us while you sit there on your asses waiting for your entitlement from Mandela. If you think he's going to come and part the Dead Sea and lead you to our promised land, you are wrong, brother.
So, you fucked up your own country. Now you want to fuck up this place too.
I don't want to fuck anything. I sell drug. That is business. They call us pushers, but I don't push. It flies off the shelf.
Do you understand? That's why they say we are lazy, because we want to make honest money. Because I rather starve than, kill the nation. I rather starve. I rather go to the white people and mug them. That's what we always preferred. We always said, don't touch a black person. The black person has suffered so much. That it used to be our motto. That's why when I told you that I grew up with people doing housebreaking in my age, like those people would tell you that it never touch a black person. We don't hustle like us. We don't hustle in our neighborhoods because of our people has had enough. They don't have anything. Even if a person have a double story, he still doesn't have anything. The person who has anything is back there, took everything from us. Even if we can say he has insurance, he has everything, our people don't have that. So that was different mindset between Nigerian. We have moral differences between we have moral difference. Now the Nigerian don't have morals, don't have like patriotism about themselves, but they are country of like protecting themselves, protecting their country. They just do whatever they want for money. That's the difference between South Africans wouldn't do anything for money. There are a small percentage of South Africans, black South Africans, that can do that. But most South Africans, it's instilled in their DNA. And most Nigerian, this drug, this business, this anything for money is instilled in their DNA. We can see it times and times and times. They don't change. So let's go.
Brother, wait.
Lashana Haba'a Be'ara the Israel. Lashana Haba'a Be'Yerushalayim. This time next year, may we be in Jerusalem. Amen.
Amen.
Bitter herbs, maror, to remind us in good times of those less fortunate than ourselves.
Sir, tell me, Lucky, what do you do for a living?
I'm a gangster.
Lucky, stop it.
I'm a property developer.
Lucky provides sub-economic housing to working class people.
Which in Hilbert these days is like being a gangster.
Thank you, Betty.
Other black person is angry that other black person is in the house. let me just let it.
Let me show you the comprehensive papers that I drew up. I got the name and the address of the owner from a contact at the Joburg Metro.
I'm gonna look for suburbs. Got that again. Asanqanywe kuleva la. Amajitari ngabo. Ngakho great. But you know backstep. Ndle kwa tsantso rene le scam ka taba tsa rona le nyo. Yo re nyo sa thesha. Dintse tsa rona ne makoya taki. Tsantso ro prome ku kasi. Kita lieva sos ke batlo lieva. And kita yebola anybody ke batla mo yebola. The tenants can. What's the problem? What do you want? A job?
Lucky Kunen. Not so lucky today, no lucky.
It's a lucky Kunen.
The black people. And those buildings, they make up a bulk of Bunena's housing project. Are you telling me that the government is not turning a blind eye on this? This is what I call the land redistribution via backdoor.
So why then is your client in jail?
Well, it's simple. Lucky Kunene has outlived his usefulness. My lord, my client has been victimized by corrupt and unscrupulous members of the former regime. And I do believe that
The trial date is the 12th of October. Bail is set at 10,000 rand.
I phoned the bank and told them you were coming to draw the cash. Ask for a Mr. Duval. He's the manager.
All I wanted is a housing center and a Mercedes convertible.
Congratulations, Mr. Kaneni, on your new vehicle.
Now, we are being demonized by this society. They are calling us filthy, stinking, dirty makore-kore. How do you think that make me feel, Nas?
Pissed off.
Yes, just like you, brother. Only I understand how underappreciated you are. And now, Kunen is in shit with the cops. And I have you to help me, my friend. Do you know how much money we can make? Millions every month. Cash. But Naz, I need you to tell me everything. Okay? Everything.
You see, divide and conquer. You know? Guys, I don't know what to say anymore.
What the fuck are you doing here? Who let this fucking scallop in here, huh? Hey, door!
You mustn't puss. He's assaulting me! He's assaulting me! You saw this man attack me. Unprovoked. I want to lay charges for assault.
You want to lay charges? Mm-hmm. You must be fucking joking.
Who do you think you are to lay a finger on me? Hey, what is this? Apartheid policing? You think just because I'm a black civilian and you are a white cop, you have a right to assault me?
Hey, I'm Detective Mudisan. What's going on here?
This man assaulted me.
Did anyone see an assault?
Yes.
He's a fucking scallop, man.
This is slander. I have no criminal record. This man has intimidated me and threatened me. I want to lay charges.
Are you sure about this?
It's my democratic right.
He is being made a scapegoat, and we are here to support him. And you feel the same way? Yes. We are the residents of Hilco. If we like it, no one look after us. Nobody will. Feel for like it,
On with the arrest dates. Your Honor, Inspector Swart is currently on suspension, charged with assaulting my client. With no provocation, nothing whatsoever. We are talking here about Mr. Gunesh.
Your Honor.
He has no criminal record.
I've had enough. Case dismissed.
You know what the problem with South Africa is? The bad guys go free, the good guys can't touch them.
But how did it come to this?
Look who's running the country. I mean, these are guys we arrested. We put them in jail. No wonder they think the criminal's the victim. It's our fault.
Who do you mean by our fault?
I mean us, the white cops, from before. Now, that's a different story.
Neighborhood at bargain basement prices.
Stop it.
Nazareth's drug bust and goose covert expansion into all the corners of my empire was exactly the excuse Swart needed. Arrests were made. Occupants evicted. Buildings were cleared and those deemed unfit for habitation were condemned.
The situation is serious. This is a massive financial loss to all of us. Even more serious is that many of our other buildings are equally overrun with drugs. We start cleaning up first thing in the morning.
You see the flooding of drugs, how Nigerian fuck up the livelihood of South Africans with the drugs. Drugs changed everything.
Let's clean the lifts, ne? Repair the...
I pay reparation.
You want to die?
This is unnecessary.
You are fucking with my livelihood.
You are fucking with mine. I know why you are angry. I pay reparation. I'm a man of peace, brother.
You wanna taste this, huh? You wanna taste this? Fuck off!
Kinda we fingele go raka ya go yone mare.
No, I'm not hungry, thanks.
Josh, I really like you. You're like my brother from another mother.
Leah, you should eat something with this.
No, I'm not hungry.
They came obviously. Support one by one. Phela ngubheli Nazareth out of jail.
Ah, ulukile. Honestly ngesona rela go fela mpechaka.
Thanks. Efos, Lucky, set your body. I'm outside the base.
Fuck around, I'll kill him!
Can you bring Sakes back?
So yeah, that's where it started. So this is my final review. Guys, we saw everything that happened. The movie, it's a nice movie. Go watch it yourself, part by part, scene by scene. But you saw the relationship between Nigerians and South Africans in South Africa. Nigerians fucked up the whole Johannesburg CBD and fucked up the livelihood of many people so they can get their luxury life, so they can say they are working their ass off by killing other people. So if you think we are xenophobic, thank you for giving us a compliment. Thank you.